I think high schools in the US are teaching students how to identify fake news.
Absolutely. It is dangerous because it becomes a cancer. It becomes insidious. It permeates into society. But the technique is not to try. My own view is, if you try and stop it, you're going to fail.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're far better off teaching people. No, this is where you're going to find. Look, I'll give you an example. I can read a newspaper or watch a network that I don't agree with, politically or socially. But I know that they're telling me what happens in an honest and truthful way. I know that that's going to be the way forward. And that's really what it's about. So I'm not terribly concerned. Yeah, I think fake news will blow itself out, actually. I think it's a fad. People talk about it. But
All right, so Richard Quest, you've been in Nigeria, you said about 48 hours. We do have to let you go very soon. But tell us, what are some of the things you've experienced? Have they given you food to eat? Like jollof rice, kind of food to eat? Or what have you been eating? Hotel food?
a bit of hotel food, a bit of other food, a bit of everything. I've got to be a little bit careful.
Okay.
The only reason I love Nigerian food in the sense of, but I have to be careful where I eat it, in the sense that you don't suddenly, look.
So you've not tried any Nigerian food?
Oh, of course I have.
He's not going to any buka, that's what he's saying. He's not going to any mama put.
So I've had the rice and the things, but
which of the rice?
I can't.
The red rice?
Yeah. But
How did you like it?
It's fine. It's fine. What do you think I know? But I have a weak white stomach, and I have to sort of be careful.
It's very delicate.
Yeah, very delicate. I'm a little full. No, the reality is that when you're on a filming schedule, you can't afford to suddenly say, excuse me while I just go and spend the next 3 hours talking to the porcelain throne. The reality is, of course, you invite me to your house, I will eat Nigerian food to my heart's
You have an
content.
invitation to my house.
Any restaurant wants to invite me, I will come and, if I can, and enjoy Nigerian food. It is not the food that's the problem. You've just got to make sure how it's cooked and that it's not going to suddenly have me...
running
but,
around.
well,
Let's leave it at that. So you seem to be the same person on air as off air. But
I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing.
But in this business, I think it's something about consistency, and people can trust. Eventually,
Yes.
it tells. People will always know when you are not genuine.
And that is an absolutely crucial point. People constantly say to me, am I putting on an act?
Yeah.
Am I putting on an act? And now I can tell from you, ladies, that you're both lively, vivacious, enjoy what you do enormously. But if I said to you, you're putting on an act this morning, aren't you? You're putting on an act. You'd say, no, this is just how we are. But it's a performance version of how we are. And as a result, that's what it's like. So it's an absolute honour.
act.
No, it's not an act.
It's him.
It's a performance version of how
you.
I am.
It's the better you, the
okay.
one that goes on to...
Okay.
I didn't get any kiss. What's that?
How do you know?
All right, Victor wants to ask a quick question, and then we'll wrap things up.
Yes, Richard, it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
There's a clone, a Richard Quest clone on the BBC, Aaron something. Have you? What do you think about him?
Okay, so...
Oh, the fact that you sparked a revolution. Everybody wants to be
No. I've known Aaron for many years. I think he is one of the best in the business. I think, obviously, I've seen some of the comments. I think Aaron is a tremendous guy. I've known him over many years. We worked together when I was at the BBC. I think that many of the comments are deeply unfair because he's a first-rate, first-class journalist. And I can tell you something. I like to watch him whenever I can. When I'm not watching my own network. By the way, sir, your voice is
Yes,
magnificent.
I knew you were going to say it. Woo! We have the voice.
I mean, how do you say? How do you?
Victor,
Victor.
you're blushing.
It's
That's the thing. It's the same as that thing about Richard Quest. Richard Quest. That thing. I don't think they can ever come to doing
Yes,
that.
but I don't think we're not taking any. We're not taking any today. We have to let you go. We know time is going. We really appreciate your time with us today. But again, you're in Nigeria. You're going to do
all week.
Quest Business Traveler. Then
Yep.
you're going to also do Quest Means Business as
Yep.
well. And we look forward to seeing what you project and your thoughts of Nigeria and the economy when you do those shows. Richard Quest, thank you so much.
Thank you for
It
Don't
was
get a
a
kiss.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Adele, are you sure? Okay, we'll do that off. All right, Lagos, thank you guys so much. You can always follow him at Richard Quest on Twitter, or also follow at Quest CNN for the official Twitter handle of the show. We'll be letting you know the times and the dates when the show will be airing and any other information you guys want to know. We have a quick break to give you. It is still Morning Crossfire with Tolu and Onome on the nation's #1 talk news and sports station. Who brings you Richard Quest? Nigeria Info!
99.3!
Yeah, baby!
Good morning.
Hi.
My name is Serge. I'm the CEO.
You're the
CEO.
You're not going to do with the CEO.
I am, don't worry.
Okay, you